Every time he's had a perfect race car, it seems like something always goes wrong. So it would be interesting to find out whether Dick Anderson has a perfect race car tonight or a race car that maybe he's not happy with. Getting set to go back to green flag action. Dick Westphal waves the green flag, and Dick Anderson takes the field into turn number 1. Mario Gosselin, your leader, in car number 10. Darrell Shelnut is in the 3rd spot, and running 4th is Mike Garvey, the early race leader, in car number 91, as the field shoots down the front straightaway and heads into turn number 1. So Mario Gosselin now chasing Dick Anderson. He was chasing Mike Garvey early in the race, and it looks like Gosselin is trying to stay with Anderson, but it looks like he is losing a couple of car lengths. The Dodge looks strong, buddy.
I'll tell you what, Gosselin is a smooth race car driver. You watch him go in the corners, you know, he's really pushing the buttons, but he's really trying to take care of his tires, and that's going to be the key on this last 50 laps. So we're looking for a good race, and these guys are going at it.
Gosselin, this year, he's had some success in points. He's 3rd in points, but one of the problems has been he just can't get up front. He had not been qualifying well. He only has 2 top 5 finishes in the first 9 races, but he's still 3rd in points. So he's been around. He's been completing the laps, and tonight he's got a chance.
And we've got trouble. We've got trouble up in turn number 4. That has been the hot spot tonight. The 58 car of Joe Manning is involved, along with the 3 car of Nevin Jenkins. And an awful lot, it looked like smoke coming out of the 58 car. He's waving the arm out the window, so perhaps that might be a little bit of steam as he might have got into the radiator of the 58 car of Manning.
That's caution flag number 6 here tonight in the Winn-Dixie 100 at Anderson Motor Speedway. 53 laps on the scoreboard, so we're on the short side, and we'll be back with more in just a minute.
Buddy Parrott back with you from Anderson Motor Speedway as we are into the second half of the Winn-Dixie 100 with Dick Anderson, your leader, in car number 92. We've just gone back to green flag action. Mario Gosselin, car number 10, holding down the 2nd spot. In 3rd is Darrell Shelnut in car number 7. And Buddy Parrott, those 3 cars were able to jump away from the 4th place car at the restart. Mike Garvey in car number 91 and Bobby Gill in car number 71 was able to work his way around Garvey for the 4th position. It looks like Garvey is having trouble on the restarts.
I tell you what, Dick Anderson, he's really holding his car down low, and the car is really looking good. I tell you what, the Dodge, he said before the pre-race show that look out for this Dodge tonight, and I tell you what, he's done a good job.
I'll tell you, back in 1980, Dick Anderson won 51 feature races. He won 18 in a row that year. So this guy really, he is the Dick Trickle of Florida. He is to Florida what Dick Trickle is to Wisconsin. And that's a pretty fair comparison. And he's got that Dodge hooked up, and that Avenger right now is looking pretty menacing. But we've seen Shelnut creep up here to 3rd right now, and old Darrell Shelnut in the 7 car that is 3rd. Darrell, in his full-time weekday job, is a heavy equipment driver. He drives big backhoes and all of that weigh several tons, and he's out here wheeling around 2,800 pounds, but he's doing a good job. He's moved up to 3rd right now.
And Darrell Shelnut comes from about the same background as Dick Anderson does. Both Dick Anderson and Darrell Shelnut cut their racing teeth at a place called Hialeah Speedway, right outside of Miami. And buddy, I know that you've heard a lot of stories about that place from people like Bobby Allison.
Well, that's true. You know, Bobby's the old Florida guy, and that's where the Allisons came from. A great racing family, I'll tell you that. But this race is really, I'll tell you, it's impressive tonight because we got a good race up front, and the guys, I'll tell you, all over the racetrack, I mean, they're nose to tail. I mean, the TV's not showing the whole picture. You know, I'm so excited.
I tell you another thing, too. The place is packed. They've been coming in here all afternoon, and they're hanging off of the lamppost in here to watch these cars tonight in the Winn-Dixie 100. Dick Anderson's trying to stink up the show right now. He's pulled out to about an 8-car length lead, but there's a great battle back there for 2nd.
Good battle for 2nd going on between Mario Gosselin and Darrell Shelnut. Darrell Shelnut, he won the 2nd race of the season at DeSoto Speedway in Bradenton, Florida. He's 2nd in the points. He's looking to move up, and he's battling with Mario Gosselin out of Lake Wales, Florida. That's your race for 2nd. And Shelnut and Gosselin are second and third respectively in the Hooters Cup point standings, and just 12 points separating them coming into tonight's event. So those two not only racing for position on the racetrack, they're also racing for points position.
Well, about 4 laps ago, Shelnut looked to the outside. He just tried it again. Couldn't make that Monte Carlo stick, but he is trying to work a groove higher than the second place car, Mario Gosselin. He's not making it stick right now, but he keeps working to that outside, Roby, and if he can ever get it to hang in there, you can see the heat coming off his brake calipers as he goes in to the turns here. Watch this. It's a pretty interesting shot as you can see all that heat being generated. Buddy, that's putting a tremendous amount of pressure on that right front tire.
Well, it really is, you know, and that's one of the adjustments they have in the car for the chassis. They have bi-spot the brakes there. They can reel the front or rear, so he may be adjusting the brakes, and he may have getting it a little bit too much to the front there or too much to the rear. I don't know, but anyway, he's doing a heck of a job.
And it looks like Dick Anderson is trying to pack his bags, turn in the key, and check out on the field, as it looks like he's got about a half a straightaway advantage now over Mario Gosselin in second, who has a rear view mirror full of Darrell Shelnut in car number 7. And Buddy Parrott, that front end sheet metal damage we talked about after the last caution. We've got caution on the Speedway again, trouble up in turn number 2. We've got about 6 cars tangled up, and looks like one of those cars is the number 11 car of Mike Cox. Anthony Lazzaro making his late model debut in the Hooters Jackaroo barbecue sauce car number 44. He's pulled away from the accident scene to get back into the action. So it looked like a lot of cars were able to stop him there. Donnie Bishop's 84 involved, and Ronnie Sanders in car number 18 also involved in the accident up in turn 2. Doesn't look like any serious damage. It looks like everybody might be able to get those cars fired back up and turned back around into the race. You can see, looks like possibly the number 1 car. We couldn't see it for sure. Tracy Goodson out of Pensacola involved, and it is indeed the Monte Carlo. Tracy Goodson sitting down in the grass, and Buddy Parrott, it looked like he collected some of those tires that lined that inside wall down there.
Well, that's true. You know, as Doug pointed out a while ago, I tell you what, just before the caution came out, I looked at that car, and he's definitely got fire coming out of that right front wheel. I mean, he's using up the brakes. But I noticed on these cars that they don't have a lot of brake ducts, but again, they only weigh 2,800 pounds, so got one running pretty hot right there.
I'd say so. Got a little geyser action here on the 74 machine of Jeff Burkett. So looks like Jeff's night's going to end. You know, we saw Anthony Lazzaro there in the 44 car. Anthony is the Hooters Cup Formula champion from last year, and he's switched a 1,200-pound car for a 2,800-pound car tonight in his late model debut. We're working our 7th caution flag of the night of the Winn-Dixie 100 on lap 76.
We'll be right back right after these messages.